Earlier this month, the province decided to not renew its agreement with Health Canada, which allowed people to be in possession of small amounts of illicit drugs, including cocaine, methamphetamine, MDMA, and opioids, including heroin, fentanyl, and morphine.
However, the pilot hasn't delivered the results that we hoped for. And after very careful consideration, we are not asking the federal government to renew the exemption.
The pilot started in 2023 in an effort to curb the number of toxic drug deaths that happened in the province, allowing people to possess 2.5 grams of illicit drugs and use them without fear of arrest in private homes, places where unhoused people live, designated clinics, and overdose prevention sites, with the goal of reducing the stigma around drug use and make it easier for people to come forward for addiction treatment.
Ultimately, we were not seeing results in the way of a huge increase in self-referrals to care, an increase in the use of certain kinds of services, and the public awareness and understanding that's necessary, creating all the conditions for success.
But that decision isn't sitting well with one harm reduction advocate.
To me, it's really unfortunate.
Guy Felicella, who has lived experience with addiction, says the pilot was doing exactly what it was intended to do, to not arrest people in possession of small substances. And this move by the province is a step backwards in addressing the overdose crisis.
Unfortunately, going back to something that we already know doesn't work, doesn't make sense to me. And I think we're going to see similar challenges with, people being arrested again and again and again, and then the revolving door of the criminal justice system.
He says once people are in that criminal cycle of being arrested, then let back out onto the street, it's really hard to break, as it affects people's abilities to get housing and jobs. Adding, while the government says it wasn't seeing the results it wanted with people seeking treatment, he saw the complete opposite.
There are so many people out there that are trying to change their lives. It's very complex and very challenging, and it's a chronic relapsing condition. So to say that, people weren't accessing the services, what I've seen is people are accessing the services, are trying. It's just so complex that people often go back for other social determinants of health or reasons.
Adding there needs to be more system changes with a focus on keeping a health-first approach. The province says with the decriminalization pilot ending, its focus is now on helping people into timely care and treatment.